Well, Oprah was molested, but now she's got an empire. But would she have the empire without the molestation?
Yeah,
And
I think she would.
You think?
Yeah, I think it would be a bigger empire.
I don't think so. I'm
taking a strong stance.
All right. Well,
I actually didn't even know Oprah was molested.
Sure, big molest. I did it.
Oh, yeah!
How many late nights have you done?
12?
You've done 12.
Something like that, yeah. I've done 8 Conans alone. Doing it again in March.
You didn't do it with anybody else?
What do you mean?
I was making a joke because you said alone.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm not Rory. I don't do it with John Doerr.
Oof. We'll be right back with a word from our sponsor.
Please put your hands together for Ron Gladish. All right.
Gotta tell you, it's a good-looking rug you got there.
Thank you so much. You can get those at Marshall Rug Gallery.
Ooh. What do they sell, toupees?
What was the noise that you made? Like that was instead of a drum kit. A cat?
It's supposed to be a cat. Thank you. Everybody thinks it's a duck, but it's a cat.
Ducks are when you fart.
Right. That's a queef.
What do you mean? You're saying that people say you sat in a duck. No.
Yeah, you sat on a duck. That's a fart.
Yeah, why queef?
Because I like to shift fart to queef.
Shift fart to queef.
I'm trying to make queefs more in the commonplace, or whatever the term is.
I think it's commonplace.
I don't know. I feel like queef is still a little taboo. Something knocked.
Hello? Did somebody knock? You heard a knock.
I did, but it was just a single knock.
Here's your last chance. Someone at the door. All right.
That was like a Edgar Allan Poe moment. All right. Well, Rick is opening the door. I'm gonna narrate this. He's looking out there. Oh, there's a FedEx guy. He's a short brown man. There's a package coming in. That's a nice, thick, yellow package from Amazon.
Are you talking about the brown man, or are you talking about the package?
I'm talking about this envelope you got here. Or is it envelope?
Packaging. Should I tap into that?
Yeah. Everybody loves a package.
Right?
I mean, except if it's Louis C.K.'s. We would follow the UPS guy and steal them off doorsteps. We were bad kids.
Wow.
It was New Orleans. It was the 90s, And it was cool because you get some slippers, you get a toothbrush, you get
Who's getting toothbrushes from UPS?
Pad, you get a hard drive, you get a laptop, you get a camcorder. I mean, it was a stuffed animal, a Rubik's Cube. You never know.
Oh, you're just looking around the place.
Yeah. Well, you got a lot of fun objects in here.
Love an object. One of my best friends is an object.
My wife's an object. Or at least I treat her like one.
Basically, at this point in my life, she was like, what is this girl doing with me? So I'm already nervous.
That's where I'm at.
With your wife?
Every woman.
Every woman.
Any woman in bed with me, I'm going, what are you, crazy? You're making the biggest mistake
All
of your
of
life.
them?
Mostly,
That never changed?
I mean, unless it's like my aunt or somebody who I'm like, oh, this is attainable.
Right.
But if it's a regular, young, attractive lady, I'm questioning everything. Like, is this a test? Is this a trap? Is there cameras? Are you gay? What's going on?
I would argue it's harder to fuck my aunt than a hot chick.
My aunt's pretty trashy. Real whore. Big, fat lady and a rascal.
I have 45 minutes of funny every day.
Wow, that's it?
That's it. So if I have a long set that night, I can't be funny all day.
What?
Sometimes I'll be funny. And
I've
then
never heard of this.
Yeah, I got 45 minutes of
That's
funny.
no good. You gotta stretch that. It's like when you start jogging, you can go for 10 minutes, and then the next day you go for 11. And by the end of the year, you're doing a half hour. So you could push it, fatty. You gotta make it work.
Could I deconstruct what you just said?
Please.
10 minutes. The next day, you're at 11 minutes, which means it's 1 minute a day. It takes you another year just to get 19 more minutes.
I can't do math. I'm not Asian.
You bench and you do 210. At some point, you have to take in enough calories. You're benching 345. When are you ever benching 700?
Well, I think within reason, eventually you'll be funny for 4 hours, and you're like, all right, 4 hours is good. That means I can do a pod, I can do a long set, and I can hit on a girl and be funny and get laid.
Yeah. Well, let me qualify that.
Okay.
I don't just mean funny. I mean like on.
I mean
right. Mustache bits and
yes.
baby and shtick and energy and physical.
I got a solve for that too.
Go ahead.
A solution. Excuse me.
Did you fart?
No, a queef.
Okay.
But for that, you gotta find a balance of being on and like what you can hang with.
Yeah.
Because right now you got a mustache fucking under an ottoman. That's pretty on. So you got to work that on, bring that down, and then bring the energy to they got to even.
I remember I did a set once where I threw up. It was at Bar Lubitsch. You ever perform there?
I love that room.
I'm in the bathroom. throwing up,
Wow.
and I am not just next on stage. As I'm walking out the door, ladies and gentlemen, Rick Glassman. So like I'm being brought up while I'm wiping my mouth.
Whoa.
And I was scared that I just threw up. I'm going to throw up again. You know, when you have to poop, you have to poop.
Yeah, yeah.
And I made a decision in that moment that I've thought about since, and it's helped me more than throwing up, which is if I throw up, I'm going to throw up and I'm not going to acknowledge it. And
That's hilarious.
And it's a bit now.
Yeah.
And it gives me the control. If I
That's
throw up, I'm
gold.
supposed to. What a great bit to have.
Great bit.
Imagine my sister just flew in, and boy, her throw up, and her arms she's fine, but
Yeah,
she's
that's
tired.
gold. I love it.
Come on, a throw up bit.
Now you got to just gag yourself every show. 'cause
I've
that's
thought about
your
that with a pants piss bit. I'm like, I don't want to have to piss my pants all the
Nah,
time.
then you got wet pants. It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's dead. It's crazy. Kobe.
Yeah.
I feel guilty like asking for stuff, so I just write like, "What time's the show again? I'm gay." Because it kind of diffuses it, you know?
Yes.
And people are like, why do you keep saying you're gay? I'm like, because I feel guilty just being like, give me answers. Come on. So I have to throw in some dumb, weird little, I don't know, thing at the end, or queef, or praise Allah.
Yeah.
They're like, why do you write that? I'm like, I don't know what else to do. So that was my version of just,
Do you
finding
still
a
do that?
shtick. I do it every time.
I didn't know you were Jewish until...
I'm not.
Oh, I still think you are.
I wish.
I don't believe that you're not.
Everybody tells all my heroes are Jews.
Same.
Larry David, the other guy. Yeah, Groucho.
Sure.
Yeah. I love a good Hebe, but I'm not. As a whitey, I grew up in a pretty rough black neighborhood, and I always wanted a thing. I'm just a white guy.
What do you mean a thing?
Like a hook, like a Jew, or I'm just a French and Italian
Is a
dude.
Jew a hook?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
You're a minority. I mean, you get some priv, I guess.
There's a lot of anti-Semitic.
Sure.
And the stuff that people hate about Jews is like
Silly.
the horns.
Yeah.
And the stuff, like, I don't... Listen, even if you obviously have your reasons, okay?
I guess.
I'm sure I would not agree with them, but I don't even understand what they... Like, why... What do you hate?
I'm with you. I completely agree. Even I think about that with black people, like in the 40s when they're like chasing black people in a truck and like some poor black guy's running out of a farm. I'm like, look, he's a minority. He's struggling. Why are you mad at him? I'd be like, oh shit, there's a black guy. Let's keep it moving. He's got a rough life. Why? I don't get why the hatred. Why you want to kill him?
He's
didn't
got to
do
be
anything.
taught, right?
I guess you got to teach him a lesson.
No. I don't mean you got to teach them that they're bad.
No, I'm joking.
My mom doesn't watch Mel Gibson movies.
Is that
I
right?
do. Yes.
Because of the anti-Sem?
No, she just doesn't like Lethal Weapon 3.
I was watching MMA. Do you ever watch MMA?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. I just got into it. I always thought it was I'm going to be honest here. I always thought it was like Neanderthal-y and kind of like meatheady.
Still do think that, but I watch it.
I watch it too, and I love it now. I'm like hooked on it. I watch it on YouTube all night. I'm staying up too late, and you get all keyed up in your fucking bed. And you can't sleep, and you're hard.
So when you get an applause break, is there an insecurity of...
Of course.
And how do you handle that?
I fake like I'm owning it, but the whole time I'm going, all right, come on. You didn't like it that much. I would just kind of like take a sip of water and act like I don't notice it.
Right.
Which I think is kind of a cool guy move,
Yeah.
but the whole time I'm freaking out.
When the first time I dunked on somebody in a game
What?
was in...
Wait, a Jew dunking? Come on.
I'm a great basketball player.
Get out of here.
I was at the JCC, small world.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
dunked on a guy, and the guy that I dunked on was the guy that I wanted to dunk on. There was some shit talking,
I
and
like
for
it.
weeks, like we've known each other.
Good for you.
And I dunked on him, and all my friends were going nuts,
Mm-hmm.
and I. Almost how your mom, when she laughs, she goes, "That was dumb." I was like wanting them to like, don't.
Yeah.
I want you to behave like this is like commonplace.
Yeah.
Like I do this all the time.
Right.
That made me think of when you drink water. Like inside, the chemicals are,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. Are all the
No.
Okay. Are all the pods this good, or is this a special one?
You feel this is good?
I feel I would listen to this.
Oh, I
think it's-
love that. I love that. I love
I
that
think it's
you,
riveting.
my guest, feels
But
it's good.
I mean, also I'm a comedian, and we're talking heavy comedy here. We're talking deep shit, and I'm so glad. I've never felt so understood in my life. Give me a foot high five there. Thank you. That's a big foot, by the way.
Thank
Quite
you.
a
You should see
hoof.
the other guy, or my dad. I mean, we have the same size feet. Not to take away from you, this coffee that I made was strong as fuck.
Oh, really?
I'm in.
Yeah, you are in.
I haven't been talking. I don't mean in like on fire. I mean in like it's you and me here, baby.
In is good. That's what you want. That people want to watch an in couple.
Also, I've been wanting to have you on the podcast for probably a month or two now at least.
Yeah, yeah,
And I've been
same.
excited about you coming out.
All right.
Being excited about you coming, I've like watched your stuff, and it's like he's funny. I've listened to you on I listen to you on other people's podcasts, looking because not research, but I want to know more about you. And I've become a fan of yours. So now, like,
thanks.
you're here, you're funny. We kind of have a similar way of thinking. So I'm feeling understood. You're feeling understood. So I just literally feel good talking to you.
I feel good too.
So that makes me feel like, fuck, this podcast is great.
All right, let's fuck. Woo, that never came so hard. I'm very, like, A to B in that way, like, very literal and autistic-y, and I couldn't understand.
Have you been diagnosed with autism?
No, I'm too scared to go in.
Could I tell you something?
Yeah.
Talking about the awareness that I came into a few years ago, I was diagnosed with autism. And changed my life.
Is that right?
The information, I mean, I guess you could do it without a diagnosis. I just hadn't. But knowing that, reading certain books and seeing why I was the way I was, it's changed my self-acceptance. And she's in LA, but I could give you the information of the person who...
Yeah, please.
It was
give me a quick, back room diagnosis, if you don't mind. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, could you do it to me real quick?
I can't diagnose you.
Well, if you had to take a ballpark guess.
Oh, I mean, it would be ignorant because it would be. But I mean, yeah, I would say like certain mannerisms I'm seeing in you are things that I have seen or heard about, but. So with some of those things, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised to hear you want to get the diagnosis.
Yeah, well, people have told me they think I am. That's why I ask.
What it did for me was it opened a door for new questions.
Sure.
That have been very efficient and beautiful.
Interesting.
So I'll give you the information. She's in Los Angeles. I'm sure she could recommend to somebody else.
You can't do it over the phone. It's not like a quiz.
It was multiple. No. It's you can't take a blood test or anything or like.
Well, I know blood test, but like I can't answer a couple questions.
I mean,
and
maybe
knock it out.
Maybe.
All right.
I don't know. A lot of the negative feelings behind autism come from the challenge to connect, both for me and you to connect.
Yes. What do you want to do? Doggy style on the table here?
Yeah. Why don't? Do you want to fuck me or you want me to fuck you?
That's a good question. I was picturing me fucking you. I don't know why.
So, and this is what I was talking about. I've developed my own tools. As you're talking about, comedy is a huge tool for different people for a myriad of reasons. You could erase the saying, hey, what time's the show? I'm gay. That is getting in your way because you're manipulating another person.
I guess so.
It's energy, and they're now not seeing you. And that's the problem. I meet somebody, they meet me. Are we both on a similar frequency? If so, it works. If not, I don't need to tell you I'm gay. It's not going to work.
I'm just so insecure that I'll never feel that comfort.
That insecurity is coming from you setting this pattern of communication and thinking this is how it works.
I'm too deep in, Glassy.
You just stop saying things. Stop
All
trying
right,
to
I'll try it.
Stop trying to control people.
But some people write back like, that's hilarious. So that's kind of nice.
It's not black and white.
Yeah,
it's
of course,
also
of
Chinese.
Course. Right.
Do you understand?
It's not Obama. All right, I like that. That's
Yeah.
good advice. I gotta pee.
All right.
I'm
well,
gay.
we're gonna thank you. Go ahead. Where can people see you? We'll put all the links in the blah blah blah.
There you go. For no money, he's gonna put the links up and not get any payment. And if you want that, you give me the autism whore, and I'll give you the ad skank, and we'll match up.
You heard it here first. I give him the autism whore. He'll give me the ad skank. Thank you so much. You can go pee. I'm just doing the sign off.
Praise Allah.
You see, you did it.
I did it.
You did it. You felt uncomfortable with the exit. Go back. Go back and give a sincere exit.
Oh, we're teaching.
Go back. Give
Teachable moment.
a thank you so much and say something. No joke.
Oh God. Thank you so much. No joke.
Couldn't do it.
Kind of a joke. Thank you so much for having me. This was fun and oh shit, I'm talking to the wrong end. Thank you so much for having me. This was fun, enlightening, and I appreciate it. Have a good night.
Okay.
Ah, that was tough. That sucked.
Scoot doo, blabbity blue, scoop dee. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why don't? Do you want to fuck me or you want me to fuck you?
It's a good question. I was picturing me fucking you. I don't know why.